January 25th, 2013. We're looking at a diagram that was made by the oil industry guys, and what it's showing, and what the part that I want to point out here is in the purple, and that's your salt domes. Now, you'll notice you're onshore here, state of Louisiana. You're going offshore into your shallower rigs. You can see how they'll drill through the salt dome to get into the areas that they want. Offshore, as you get into deep water here, and you notice here through the salt domes. Now, the salt dome that we're talking about, the Napoleon salt dome, is 7.7 cubic miles. Now, it's 2 miles at the top. If the entire thing collapses there, at that section, and none of the other sections that are attached to it collapse with it, you could have a 2-mile crater. You could deal with that, except that all of this oil, natural gas, and radioactive storage has gotten into the aquifer for our fresh water for Louisiana, Mississippi, and that's going into the Gulf. This area, if nothing can be done about it, which I don't see technically how they could do it, is going to be ruined. It's going to be a petroleum wasteland into the Gulf of Mexico. Hold on. Guys, now this is an older aerial map. This is before the sinkhole, or right as it was getting started, but they took the information and put it on this map. Now the long green lines here are elevation maps, underground elevation map of the sinkhole. You're looking at the outer edge and the area that it encompasses in these circles as it guts off. Now you see a circle here, and we'll pull this up. Now, something very interesting, this is where the sinkhole is. This is that bayou and that pipeline that runs here. This is called the Acadian pipeline. If you go down, it crosses what's called the Florida pipeline. But what happened was some pipes got bent in this area. They noted gas coming up. You see here the platform, the original platform where you watch the crane going to trying to lift the booms into this sinkhole that's now covering this entire area. Now, the one thing about the images we're going to see, we've had a lot of water in the south. This is about 100 miles in a straight line from where I live, and we've had a lot of rain this January. So some of this is upper water levels, which is a good thing in a way that it's not all sinkhole that we're going to see. But the bad thing is that it is spreading that oil and that pollution. Now, backing this out, you can see this is LA 70 that you hear about in the news. Here's the Bayou Corn communities. Nice homes up here. Some of them go down the bayou and up through here, boat landings. Really nice properties. Been evacuated. They've been evacuated for months. Now, they're asking for a buyout, which was initially offered. They're tired of waiting, and now they're being refused the buyout. They're having to stay away from this area, motels, and they're ready to move on with their lives. But that's not happening right now. Now, one of the concerns, and they're not talking about it, and really we should stop calling this a sinkhole. It is a dome collapse. That's how I will refer to it. That's how the people that are really concerned are asking the people that are getting the information out to stop calling it a sinkhole. It is a dome collapse. That dome can collapse a lot further than where just in its side. And what happens with salt, guys, when you pour fresh water into it, because we tap the aquifer, it just starts dissolving those salt walls. That salt runs for miles and miles underground in both directions. Those domes come up like that. But anywhere it says here, elevated radioactive radium levels caused health concerns. It says the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality released the results of testing for norms showing radium-226 was detected at being present at a concentration of 63.5. Now, guys, that is picocuries per liter. Now, also it says the radium-228 was detected at being present at 18.7 picocuries per liter. Now, while state officials are saying naturally occurring radioactive material norm is below hazardous levels independent testing has confirmed that both the 226 and 228 levels at the sinkhole are about 15 times higher than safe limits and state soil contamination standards. It says this radium is in the body is absorbed because it is chemically similar to calcium. The normal maximum guideline level for radium in surface water is 5 picocuries per liter. The state testing found 82 picocuries per liter in the water of the growing sinkhole. Radium gives off alpha radiation. This form of radiation is extremely dangerous if inhaled or ingested, and less dangerous if exposed by skin contact. Now I'm going to put a link to these videos, guys, and to these information here. It says the health impacts associated or detected in the air and the residential air consist of possible cancer-causing agents, respiratory irritants, skin, eye, nose, throat, lung irritants, cause headaches, nausea, vomiting, difficulty breathing, dizziness, lightheadedness, weakness. It goes on, joint pain, abdominal pain, and stress. Now, guys, this is the latest flyover, and this is across that bayou from the original site. Now here you pretty much see they've evacuated this first platform. Here's our sinkhole area. And this area is where they're going to build that new staging area that they're going to start the relief wells. And they're going to build that road all the way down this way. They've got to get that pressure off the aquifer. I'll show you. Now this is a ground shot from yesterday. It says the crews are working on the projects for the sinkhole vent system, and that's what they're going to do. They're going down 1,000 feet. They're going to test the water in the aquifer that feeds the entire south, goes into the Gulf. They know it's already been polluted, and they're going to have the relief wells to try to take some of that pressure off. But this area, they are now saying the sinkhole area is 8.5 acres on the surface. This is an update, guys. We're going to watch this. There are links on the website now for the seismic monitors in this area. You just go there and look at Bayou Corn, and you'll see that it's picking up some of this activity and some of the collapse. Heads up.